upward trajectory. We're going to see Fnatic versus Vici Gaming. They're already in the top 3, but they want to secure that spot in the grand finals tomorrow. Winning a major means most likely having that TI guaranteed invite. So this is a lot on the line here. Vici Gaming and Radiant side, Fnatic Dire side. And we got the Enigma and the Oracle ban. This is a surprise.
We have the Enigma ban. Not a surprise because of DJ, obviously, on Fnatic. You have to take that Enigma out. The Chen, you don't want to be playing against Chen. NIP, they win with Chen. If they can win... Okay, I'm not going to go there, but Chen is really strong right now.
It's good to see that Lifestealer first ban back. I feel like I'm back home, guys. Out of that wacky last series, Lifestealer's out.
5 seconds.
What do you think about Nyx and Oracle? A little bit more standard, right?
I mean, of course. Oh, no. Vici, please.
Oh.
Not the first
They did
troll.
not get the memo.
Oh.
We have seen Vici being moderately successful with the hero. They've picked it 3 times so far this major. I say moderately successful, but they only won 1 of those, so not too successful.
Yes. In case you're just joining us from this entire meta, not a big fan of that first pick troll because we've seen a lot of people develop great counters to that, you know? Like good saves, good ways to control it.
Counter such as Winter Wyvern, exactly.
Yeah.
You have the Cold Embrace to save the target that he's attacking, then also you have your Winter's Curse to use it versus the Troll Warlord. I'm surprised they didn't go for the Puck as the second pick instead of Magnus, as you are playing versus the Pango. You could have kind of countered the Pango a little bit. They go with the Magnus, however. Troll, when he came into the meta, he was like played with Magnus 24/7 because of that Empower. You don't have to build a Battle Fury. It's basically a melee core with Magnus. It's good.
Yeah, I think Troll's building Battle Fury is where we've seen the majority of the Troll struggles because of just the pace of the game. Troll is an amazing hero to me because of how strong he is in lane and how he can snowball. When you're going Battle Fury, you're not snowballing.
I have to say for Vici Gaming, however, even though Magnus is good with Troll, you are picking Magnus into Winter Wyvern, which isn't really good. Winter Wyvern used to be picked versus Magnus because of that counter-initiation tool of your ultimate. You let them RP you, and then it doesn't matter because you just use Winter's Curse on one of them, and they can't really follow up.
Now, we've seen Pangolier just absolutely destroy this tournament in a lot of different games, but many have forgotten where he came from. And that is this team right here. Am I right? This Pango on this team is incredible. If you're ever gonna ban Pango, you ban it against Fnatic, and they have secured that one, which is huge, in my opinion.
You're right, Slacks.
I'm right?
You're right.
You're right, Slacks.
Hell yeah, I got one. Woo!
No, these two, what do you think about the first phase, guys? I think Fnatic just went away with it, honestly. I think their 2 first picks are, even though the synergy between Troll and Magnus is really good, I don't think it's good versus the Wyvern and the Pango.
I think it's stable. I mean, as much as, you know, Fnatic look like Fnatic's picks are responding to the Troll Magnus, but to me, you know, if you're in a game 1 of a best of 3, a Mag plus Troll or Mag plus PA, we've seen this combo just win games.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to outpace and outfarm the enemy carry, but you can also fight at the same time. So I think it's a good way to just test the waters, see what kind of form Fnatic's in. You're not going to have a bad draft when you have a Mag plus Troll.
One of my biggest questions in this series, of course, is going to be that Timbersaw. We saw Timbersaw picked up on Fnatic a lot in the last couple of days, even in drafts where it didn't really seem like it was going to do all that much. But in the hands of Ice 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 or other guys that can play it, it ain't too shabby.
No, anyone can play it, but you give it to Ice Ice Ice, right? Abed can definitely play it. He did play it for Fnatic, but I believe just giving it to Ice 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 is the better option. That guy's just a god on that hero.
I mean, it feels so good to have a guy have a signature hero still. I mean, the old days of Dendy Pudge, you don't get to see that stuff anymore, but still got Timbersaw, Ice Ice Ice.
What are you talking about? There's a lot of signature heroes.
Such as?
Such as Keeper of the Light for GH.
Or Dark.
Spirit.
That didn't work out too well, did it? Sorry.
But you were only counting the people that are in this, like the 3 teams remaining?
I only count winners, okay? That's how I do it,
How about the Roger Enigma?
Okay, you got me there. Shadow Shaman, heck yeah.
And Shaman's the expected go-to hero for DJ. I think his most played this tournament, solid 4 position, fits the gaps. Its weakness is its laning stage because it's kind of squishy, but you get away with that when you have boots first. So DJ, you know, loves this hero.
They respond with the Disruptor instantly afterwards. I think they're just looking at having a little bit of a better team fight with the Disruptor and the Magnus. They aren't truly responding to Shadow Shaman in any way with this pickup.
Also gives them some more catch. I feel like Troll's a hero that can get kited around, needs some help from your supports to keep people in place. So Disruptor gives you this long-range catch.
Oh, the Ursa, however. With the Shadow Shaman and the Ursa, that lane can be really rough versus anything.
We are starting to tick a lot of boxes in Fnatic's list of what can murder people quick and horribly.
You're thinking a lot of boxes in every way. Winter Wyvern plus Pango, you have solid team fight. Shadow Shaman, you have solid push with the wards. You have a lot of control from him and the Winter Wyvern. And then Shadow Shaman plus Ursa, the combination is really good. And with the Ursa, you open the Roshan up for yourself. And also, you can kill players with it, right? You can kill heroes very well and easily. So this draft is very well rounded so far. I think they need something else in front lines though. Something for Abed on mid, most likely.
You don't like a Pango in the front lines if it is an ice-sized Pango?
It can be alright. It definitely can be alright.
You have to be careful about, you're not really this tanky here in the front line. If you're just sitting there and Disruptor gets a static storm on you, you just die. It's not like one of those frontliners that gets BKB and stuff. But as far as initiating, yeah, Pango's a great hero to start a fight with a Rolling Thunder, Blink initiation. But typical Fnatic draft, when they have last pick, they're always going to save Abed's hero for last. They're going to wait and see what the matchup is and then adjust accordingly.
Fnatic.
Yeah, of course, Fnatic is one of the few teams that picks Dragon Knight. In case you do still want to have a tanky hero, Dragon Knight is always an option.
Alright, so with this Pugna, they do have some push themselves. It's also decent versus the Ursa, as you do have that Decrepify to work with. At the same time, it helps versus Winter Wyvern's Winter's Curse with that Decrepify, so...
Yeah, I think you needed a magic damage hero for your mid when you're versing Wyvern. And also just some burst damage. Pango's one of those heroes in the front lines that when he gets his shield crash can start getting tanky, but if you just instantly decrep blast Dagon on him, you just delete him from the fight before it even begins.
Yep, gonna be pretty useful.
Viper banned out.
That's interesting. I guess they are expecting the full position Magnus, which is mostly what we see from Magnus nowadays. And Pugna could be offlane, could be mid.
I think they played Magnus. This is most likely the 4. They played him even as 5. But most likely 4 here, for Vici as you called it. That position 4 Magnus can really be bad sometimes. Like you can see him struggling in the laning stage from time to time, but...
It's good when there's lanes you can gank. Like when you have this boots first, you go mid and you can skewer people in a tower, it can feel really nice. But if there's nowhere to go and you skewer, it's like, yeah, what do you do?
So this draft that Vici Gaming has is the exact same so far as one that they had against Secret, where they were victorious. It was a Disruptor Mag Pugna Troll combined with a Morphling for Paparazzi. So they have ran that before.
That Morphling wouldn't be too bad for them. Shadow Shaman does bring some catch for him, but it isn't too great. But at the same time, honestly, you have a Pugna, you have a Troll Warlord, where do you fit the Morphling? Take the OD instead. Alright.
Gives him a save, and I think that's one of the high value points that we've seen from OD this tournament. And the item build has become so versatile. We've seen mid-1 rush Hex, we've seen him go Greaves, if he can't be too greedy. Some games you get away with the Midas.
Razor is banned out, Viper is banned out. Those classic counters to the Outworld Devourer are not available for Fnatic.
Time to see some, I don't know, some sniper or something.
His Puck is banned out as well, so we can't see Puck either.
That's...
What is left for Abed? What could they possibly go for? Meepo, yes,
no, don't do it.
No.
It's not a great Meepo game.
Yeah.
This isn't a great Meepo game versus the Magnus with Empower. It's not even about the RP, it's about the Empower, but it could be
now
done.
they could...
Whoa,
you
whoa,
were talking about signature heroes!
Signature hero alert!
The Abed Invoker.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
All right, they can definitely afford to go a bit greedier on that mid laner, as they do have the Ursa. He is going to be creating a lot of space. So with that Invoker, perhaps they're going to have that additional team fight potential.
So are you going to go for Lizard?
All right, I'm going to go with Penguin and Invoker. I'm going to go with Fnatic.
Fnatic. Gods?
I mean, my prediction for this series is Fnatic, but I think game 1 is going Vici Gaming's way. I like their drop better. I think Fnatic went a bit weird with the Invoker last pick and their greed.
Pango, Fnatic, easiest choice of my life. Gotta go Fnatic.
Going for Fnatic as well. I've doubted them in the past, but not anymore. Let's see if that's going to happen this game. Remember, vote for your MVP during this first game of the series. Here's the commands. All the names are there. Memorize how you write them. And of course, during the game, you can put your votes in the Twitch chat now. Without further ado, let's head over to the first game of the series and make some noise for OD Pixel and Fog.
Woo! Woo!
Owen! Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, Fnatic up against Vici Gaming here in the upper bracket finals. Winner's going to be getting that position in the grand finals. We've got an Arbed Invoker coming through as the final pick. Not a lot of people at the moment would have the confidence to take this hero to the mid lane, but Arbed, he says he's ready.
It's like a DreamLeague special for us, right? Abed playing the Invoker. I think that's one of the big ones that we got to cast ages ago. I'm excited for it. I don't even, after I see the pick, I'm just like, I don't even know what I was thinking about it anymore with all like the analysis here. We do have a Jabs also playing the Wyvern, and he played like an absolute beast.
He did.
Yesterday.
He did.
So.
But I want more about this Invoker, right? We've got Arbed playing it. He's going to be up against almost certainly Ori on his OD. You know, OD, one of the strong mids at the moment in this patch. Invoker, you don't see him a lot. What's wrong with the hero? Why do people not want to play him, and what sort of issues is Arbed going to run into in this game?
Weak lane takes time, a lot of time to ramp up, because even when you're farming, okay, you still have to wait. Like, how do you participate until you have Aghanims? You have to pretty much wait for that item, so it does take some time. And he's versus a Pugna this game too. Pugna is one of those that you really don't like playing against too much as Invoker, because you kill yourself on those spells if their Nether Ward is down a lot of the times. That being said, though, the Invoker does provide them a lot of extra teamfight utility, because they've got the Pango and the Wyvern for teamfight. Now they've got something else to follow up, because right now the Wyvern Curse was kind of just left there alone. Now they've got something else they can throw on top of it afterwards once it's starting to end, and Invoker is perfect. You can just set up like an ice wall on top of it. It can screw a lot of the teamfight. We've been seeing Troll also really suffering in the last few days. He hasn't won, actually, I don't think, on this main stage, I don't believe.
They can't be a good win rate. I mean, this time, though, at least he's going to have the Magnus. There is going to be that Empower buff helping him out. So you'd imagine that you aren't going to have the Battle Fury being built this game. He can just focus on getting those stat items first, getting like the S and Y, getting stuck in, BKB. He's good to go. He's going to be looking to run straight on top of that Invoker and bring down Arbed before he gets any spells off in these mid-game fights.
Yeah. Should be interesting to see. I'm just really excited to watch an Invoker. I haven't seen one in a very long time. Ori actually gets a automatic D ward as they place their opposite ward first. So right off the bat, that mid matchup, OD should have a little bit of a better time having the vision. Although I've seen Abed actually, it's been a while, of course, but when he does play his Invoker, he tends to break pretty even if the matchup is kind of hard for him. They help him usually too. We'll probably see a rotation come out a little bit early just if he does start to struggle from, in particular, DJ.
No, so on the top, not quite able to grab the bounty rune. As Fade and DY there able to push him off. We'll see how well he's able to deal with the lane at the moment as well, because as it is ice. He's up here alone. Let's see if he does get some backup to help out. But for the time being, Fnatic themselves, starting with the 3 heroes down bottom. So some tri-lanes on both sides of the map going on, securing farm for their position 1s.
I like that, actually. I like that they're doing the troll, because they know that what Fnatic's going to do with this Shadow Shaman. They tend to... He actually gets the deny in that range creep there, so Sunstrike a bit wasted there by Abed. Yeah, they always put this Shadow Shaman just to be the spam denier in the lane, so Paparazzi's like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm a Troll Warlord. My base damage isn't good enough to deal with this Shadow Shaman that can put pressure on, so I like that approach. And DJ actually getting skewered under the tower here.
Are they just running him down? He should be able to keep the distance, but still, a bit of time that DJ is going to be forced away. He'll turn, right of a blast out. But doesn't want to stand anywhere too close to this Magnus. As the lanes now moving with that support rotation as the lanes meet. 2 for 2 now on the sides.
Vici really likes this Disruptor Troll combo. I saw him running a lot at the Miner as well, just because the spam that you can do. You throw the axes, you throw Thunderstrike. It's a lot of harassment in the laning phase.
See up top, bit of a body block here on DY. Does get blocked in, but at the same time, Ice ticking down to this Thunderstrike. Pop us out between the ticks. Still going to bring him very low, but yeah, that will save him that first salve. He's going to have to pop a second, of course, to get back up, but it stops that first blood going the way of Vici Gaming for now.
That's the harassment I was talking about. It really does build up. You spam out this Thunderstrike constantly, spam out those axes, and Pango's going to have to be pretty cautious. Does have that second salve. I believe Jabs used his on him to try to reset him there.
How about DY, as we see just coming into the lane with these mangoes, just, yeah, heavy on the Thunderstrike. Making sure that Paparazzi has a good amount of space. And so far, so good. Paparazzi picking up the CS on that top lane. Mid lane.
Ori's doing very well. He's actually killed, I believe, 2 of the 4 spirits too. He's with the Astrals.
On our side, he's got mangoes and swashbuckle, so it should be fine. If he feels too threatened, he's going to turn. Actually get the lucky shot prop on the first touch there with the silence. Paparazzi still gets the axes out. Swashbuckle onto the 2 of them. They do the splinter blast as well. Paparazzi and DY both low.
Ice is low.
He tries to poke, but indeed they poke back. Thunderstrike down onto the Pangolier. Vici Gaming will claim that first blood.
And they're getting themselves good last hits up there too. The Troll has 11 and 4 to the 5-0 of the Pango. So this lane positioning that Vici did right off the start is really benefiting them already. Just having that dodge, having that Troll versus the Pango as well. They got the matchups that they wanted.
Got to be a little careful on the top lane as well. Arbed's just got the mana back for a Sunstrike, and DY and Paparazzi are both sitting fairly low at the moment. So an extra sort of Splinter Blast or Swashbuckle could put them underneath that Sunstrike damage range at the moment, as he's now got the mana. So have to be a little careful on top, so they keep eyes on that. Actually, Arbed is using the mana mid.
I think he's has to focus more on the mid, because he's already getting crushed a little bit here. It's a 15-7. He's got a decent amount of denies, but
and up to, ooh, actually, it looks like they sort of held back on a couple of right clicks there, as Paparazzi was able to walk off. As, I mean, you sort of look at that 2 situations, you say, hey, that Fnatic should have probably had that kill up there anyway. Also, at the same time, Arbed, he could have had that if he saved mana for Sunstrike, but it wasn't to be. Paparazzi's able to stay alive.
they pushed them back, though. That's the important thing. They made Paparazzi actually back up, buy a salve, and reset. But now Ice. Again, DY comes back with full mana. The spam will continue from these two.
Yeah, Jam's going. Goes for the quick trick back to base. And JJ, sure, Ori has the lead. Arbed's still able to find something from this lane, though.
He's doing okay.
He's not getting nothing.
11 and 9. He's got the denies at least to, keep it kind of okay.
And he expects this, right? As an Invoker, he's not going to have a good start in the first few levels. He is going to be behind. Bottom lane, DJ. We'll go for the shackles onto Yang. Yang turns with a quick decrepify. So there's no further swipe stacking up from the Ursa.
Abed's the same exact level as him, actually. So because of those denies, it's staying pretty tough. I mean, Ori right now has level advantage, but Abed, he's got a creep wave, so it's like, just there.
Yeah, very, very close in this matchup. In experience, at least.
The Sunstrike setups aren't always going to be the easiest for Abed. It's really hard to set up with just your Wyvern and your Pango. It's going to have to be pretty much DJ setting it up with the Shackle in the early game until the later stages when he's just playing around that Winter's Curse to set up his combos.
I mean, looking at the top lane as well, does it sort of surprise you that Ice is sort of at the furthest behind in CS? I mean, he has jabs by his side, but it seems like it's not enough to make sure that he still gets sort of free farm up it. The pressure of the Troll and the Disruptor is slowing down the Pango's farm.
It's too much harassment that comes out from these two.
Down bottom, Bounty Runes, of course, going to spawn up. MP's going to try and chase down Fade. He's getting a lot of these stacks up. Again, the Decrepify causing issues. Making it very hard for him to lock down onto a target, finish off a kill.
And that's why they picked it, right? That Pugna versus Ursa constantly always going to be obnoxious. That decrep. But Ori's getting a bit more control of this lane. But Abed doesn't want to go back and resort to jungle or anything. He wants to make sure that he's holding his ground here, getting him as possible. But Ori, every single time Forge Spirits get summoned, he just throws it under. He just astrals it, make sure that he didn't get the last hit there, but at least get the kill on it. Because that's the way that Abed actually is able to guarantee or to solidify his CS in that lane. Just constantly taking that one out. We now see, okay, so maybe they're going to try to set up for something here. Jabs is actually solo smoking on the Wyvern right now. But I believe it was spotted by that ward.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to catch him off. They will lead in with the cold snap. Ori gets himself up to the high ground. TPs are coming in. He hasn't got Astral available. Does have a Fairy Fire and will be able to back away far enough to keep himself safe. This will get away.
That was scary too, because it was under vision. He saw this smoke coming in, so he had to expect it. Just barely is able to survive. But all three lanes, Vici, they're definitely pretty happy about this one, but the Ursa is still farming just fine, MP.
And Ori and DY are able to get good use of the Shrine. They'll be straight back to the lane. This little bit of space, though, you see Abed. He'll be more than happy to catch up with that time and wave that he's given as the OG leaves the lane.
So I think he might be switching to go for some Wex points afterwards. I think this might just be for the lane, and then he wants to do that like Floss Wex variety build that we saw popularized at TI a lot. Gives him a little bit more playmaking. Doesn't have to rely so much on his rest of his heroes. See if he does want to go for that.
DY actually going to come in from behind here on this middle lane, as they're also bringing in the Magnus from the bottom, but he has been pinged out.
This looks like a pretty hard setup there. They don't have Glimpse available either, so looks like a bit of a pretty hard one. I guess maybe the Astral and Skewer is what they're trying to go for, but now the Magnus already skewered across. I guess they just get themselves taking out that Obs ward in the mid lane. Battle of Obs and Sentries there.
Both teams trying to do their best to secure the favorable mid. At the 7-minute mark, just 2-0 at the moment. Not a lot of kills. See Ice does walk up into DY. Strike back, does manage to get the proc here with the lucky shot. He's going to try and chase with the shield crash. Not enough damage there alone to take down the Disruptor, so DY will be fine, able to walk off.
No ward just yet. Yeah, they don't have vision of him, so no Sunstrick will be coming out from Abed.
Now this bottom lane still, MP. Top net worth for Fnatic's side. He's getting the start that he hopes for as the Ursa.
I'm sure Fade's pretty happy with the way that the pace is going, though. When you're a Magnus and you're not really getting pressured too much, and you're like level 4 already, you're like, okay, this is good. I'm not making plays around the map, but it's not like I'm being abused because I'm a 4 Magnus. Because helping lanes can be a bit problematic when you are playing this. It's a bit greedy. And now, DJ as well as Jabs, they're trying to bait something forward here.
See if the life train's enough, they've got able to turn with the shackles into the Sunstrike, bringing Yang down low with a couple of swipes from MP that will finish off the kill. They are able to find the Pugna at the same time up top. Ori comes in with the rotation. Sanity's Eclipse is going to be slammed down onto Ice. So both teams losing a hero on the side lanes. As rotations come in, Ori getting mobile on the map, allowing some press to put on it. It is freeing up this mid lane. This is more space for Abed to really catch up.
Yeah, he's doing well. He switched actually into, maybe he does have Phaser, and I see the courier coming out too, so okay, yeah, he does. And he screwed up the Midas afterwards, so interesting indeed. Still hasn't put any points inside that Wex. But even anyway, I mean, having Urn on Invoker is pretty much needed. It's very good versus the Troll Warlord, if you want to build into Spirit Vessel later, but it's just, yeah, the Cold Snap, of course, the combo. It's fantastic to always have.
Top lane, another attempt for Vici Gaming to collapse in and punish Ice. He's just come back to the lane. They'll dive in. TP back up's going to be there, and he's got 6. So the Rolling Thunder comes out. And Fnatic, they'll be ready to turn. They've got the damage onto DY as the Disruptor will fall. The controls there on the Paparazzi. He does get the ult off. He's going to look to go and lock down onto Jabs, but he's held in place. The Cold Embrace keeping Jabs safe. Sunstrike from Abed comes in. Paparazzi will fall. Yang's trying to find Jabs. Has he got anything else to throw? He's got another blast, and that will at least get something here for Vici Gaming. But Fnatic able to turn around, get kills themselves. Same time mid, Ori will dive in with the Astral. No further follow-up though.
Jabs got, did he get both of those last hits? I believe, okay, he got one of them. It was just a shared kill on the secondary one. As yeah, we saw the Tornado come out, so we saw those Wex points now being picked up by the Invoker. So he does want to be playing pretty active. But he does get glimpsed away, so he did not get the Urn charge.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We'll see bounty runes. Vici Gaming actually, I believe, able to claim all 4 of the bounty runes here at the 10-minute mark. Fnatic not anywhere close to grabbing any themselves. That will put this early sort of bump in the lead for Vici Gaming's net worth.
Yeah. Bit of a greedy kind of lineup from Fnatic, so they are getting just a little bit here. I mean, it's not like Vici's playing a not a greedy lineup either when they have this Troll Magnus. But Ori going for early stats. He wants to be active with his team, making space for that Troll. OD and Pugna just, yeah, going to run around and just do as much as possible. And it's so nice that we don't have to see like a Battle Fury Troll in this game because he's got the Magnus. We've seen it so many times in losing in this tournament.
It definitely could be an issue, though, the space that this Invoker is getting in the mid lane. Top lane, Ice getting some good procs here with the Swashbuckler. At least he's going to go charging straight in with the Rolling Thunder. Sunstrike's going to be off the mark, but it doesn't matter. Ice has the kill on his own. Once the man goes, Swashbuckles to the side. There's DY looking for the control with the kinetic field. Winter's Curse being used to try and hold back this OD. Should be enough to get Ice. Oh, wow, no, with the Astral. It is max level, of course, so that will be enough, surely. And it is. So Ori is able to get the Ice kill after Ice dives in deep for that kill on Yang.
Great responsive plays. DJ hasn't been able to, it's 11 minutes, so he just recently got that level 6, but hasn't gotten to set up yet to push a tower with those Serpent Wards. I'd imagine they have to go for bottom pretty much now. DJ is very liberal with using his wards.
And honestly, the fact that this Invoker did not fall over in the laning stage it's certainly going to amount to something as we sort of go on in this game. Abed, he's in a fine position. they did try, as you saw in the lanes, to do something about him, bringing in the supports towards the mid. It wasn't enough to catch him out, and he's getting away with this opening. Sure, he's not there on par with the farm of Ori's OD, but he's absolutely in the game, Abed, in this first 12 minutes.
Yeah, and he can get involved. It's like, sure, I was talking about how you want to get your Aghanims before you try to take fights if you're that Exort, but now that he's doing this variety build, he is going back for the Midas, which might hurt a little bit, but this is a hero that you need levels. You just need them so desperately, and he's probably one of the few that I at least still like seeing with the Midas. And he can still make moves, because that Wex build, when he has that urn, he can still make the moves even with that Midas.
All right, now Yang will move towards the mid, start to put some pressure onto this tier 1 with the blast. Ice is going to come in, he's able to get the swashbuckle. There will be a glimpse, but the Rolling Thunder's there in time, so Ice will not be taken away. Setups there for the Sunstrike. Abed picks up the kill on DY to go straight towards the mid. Ice getting more procs with the lucky shot. Splinter Blast out as well. Yang able to heal up a little bit, but the Winter's Curse will stop the channeling. DJ and Abed ready to move in. The wraparound's there from MP. The Fnatic, they've found a second, as now Fade and Ori, they've got to back away. They've got to be careful. Fnatic bringing in the full force towards this mid lane, and they'll now look to hammer some damage in on this tier 1 tower middle.
Big momentum swing there for Fnatic, setting themselves up, and they only have to really commit the curse. They have the Pango ulti, which is, I mean, these two, they both have like very low cooldowns. Just like, what, 70 seconds, I believe, on both of them in the early game? Yeah. 80 on Wyvern. So they can be pretty liberal the way they use these, just to keep that pressure going. And now I believe that's the Midas finished up for Invoker. I think at the same time, Paparazzi cleaned up, I think it was a triple stack at the Ancient, so you saw his farm go up quite a lot, and he wasn't trying to get involved with his team.
But it's only a bit of a race to see how much Vici Gaming can get out of the map before Abed's really ready to come online fully. The Aghanims is going to be that big timing for the Invoker, of course, this game, as it is with many Invoker games.
Yeah, I think like the BKB, you know, we always say it's very important, but in this one it's even more so because you're playing versus Invoker. He's just a different element. He has, of course, 10 different spells, so he can always be threatening you so much. Or he's queued up the Blink, so he's looking for his own type of save mechanic, but we see Paparazzi, no funny business. He has the Yasha, but he goes queued up immediately on that BKB. He wants to be sure that he can look to take fights, and I think the biggest one for me is probably fighting around that Roche pit soon, because you have to imagine Fnatic, they can smoke and they can just go Ursa Shadow Shaman into the pit, and you have to be ready for it on Vici.
Yeah, you can't let this lineup take Roche or get any sort of chance here in the pit, because they'll take it within seconds. Back towards mid. Serpent Ward's dropped down. DJ is going to find a bit of a double whammy here. The setup's down to Ori. Will be able to dodge the Sunstrike with the Astral. Fnatic surrounding him though. Can they finish off the kill? Well, they can't. Fade's going to go in. Holds off the RP now with the Winter's Curse. It catches the four of them. Have they got follow-up? The Splinter Blast, the Deafening Blast as well. All the blasts pushing them back, but the Static Storm from the Disruptor controlling them for a little bit. Fnatic still alive though. They'll turn the Tornado onto the three of them. MP being kept alive by the Cold Embrace. The Sanity's Eclipse will be dropped down though to finish off the but Ori had to buy back for that. Vici Gaming losing 3 heroes in that fight and buying back on the OD. They were able to get an Ursa, but still Fnatic, they're going to be more than happy with that trade.
Jabs Wyvern, like we said yesterday, he played phenomenally right there. Got like the Dream Curse. The Pugna actually got the decrep on the OD before, so he didn't take the full damage coming out from it, but still an excellent play setting up for his team. If that Static Storm doesn't connect on the 3 there, we could have seen even more deaths coming out on the side of Vici. And they got the last hit on the tower. I believe it was the Shadow Shaman DJ, so now he has the Aether Lens as well as his Tranquil Boots finished up, so further distance that he can stay himself back inside of those fights to protect his team versus that Magnus and that Troll Warlord in particular. Battle of Wards this game. Fnatic's been one of the better teams at this tournament, in my opinion, at just like getting these D wards constantly, and since they've been doing, I mean, they've done very good homework overall. This time though, Vici has been a little bit advantageous in that vision. Bit of a slowdown here.
I mean, for both of the sides, I mean, Abed halfway towards that Aghanim Scepter. Blink is now done on Ori, but still, there's a lot of things they have to worry about. If Ori gets in on the front line suddenly, Ice, he could be underneath him with that Rolling Thunder. And if the timing's not quite there, they'll be able to turn. Winter's Curse back online. So is the Rolling Thunder. They've got everything ready to go again, Fnatic, even the Serpent Wards. So they can look to try for another objective, and you know, even though the game is even in net worth, it's only the smallest of windows you needed, as you say, for Fnatic to just step into that Roche pit.
Yeah. If they can get like all 3 lanes pushed out in any situation, you might just see it happen. They even can go just to try to sneak it with like just the 2 of them. So First, they want to try to set up for some kills here. If they can get, if they get any type of kill, they can definitely go for it here. As they are smoked, they don't have the blink. MP's going for just the drum basher build that we've seen popularized here quite a lot.
And Yang actually going to get out of this bottom lane. He'll TP over to the rest of his team. Join them towards the Roche pit as Vici Gaming themselves are hanging around it. They know that Fnatic can very likely try and sneak a Roche in this game, so they've got to keep tabs on that Roche.
Yeah.
Make sure that Fnatic don't sneak anything past them. Ward's going to be dropped down on the bottom lane, as this tier 2 should fall, with Vici heading top. Unlikely they'll be able to do anything to defend this tier 2 tower, so still some quick timings here for the Fnatic push.
Yep. Vici now has their BKB on the Troll, and they have their Sanity's Eclipse pretty much ready. They might just look to take a fight. Serpent Wards are down too. They don't have too much vision on the map now. They still have that bottom ward though that was not taken out.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, let's see. The fine. Oh, they weren't though. He's ghost walked, and indeed that with the smoke dispelled. Now Arbed, he's going to turn. He's going to throw down the Tornado onto Ori as well as the Urn and the Cold Set. Swashbuckle forward from the Pangos. Ice blinks in with the Rolling Thunder. They've got the control onto Ori. That's the OD dead. Fade's going to drop the RP down onto the one of them, but Ice continues to roll forward. Gets the bashes off on all of them with the Rolling Thunder. Winter's Curse wasting the BKB duration here from Paparazzi. Paparazzi will simply TP out, Steel Crash away, keeps Ice at a safe distance. He's going to be able to blink out of there.
I love that the Pango drops the heart on the ground too when he does it. That was like the perfect little like taunt there for Ice. Gets away. Great fight for them. The RP was even used by Fade trying to protect his team from that Ursa, but the Aether Lens cast range able to get that disabled, and then yeah, like you said, Wyvern Curse on that Troll BKB. We're gonna see that happening a lot this game, as long as Jabs is in the right position. But that all started from Abed just being ghost walking, kind of just running through the river there. Yeah,
I mean, it was always a bit of a risk, you know, charging in as Vici Gaming were, having Ori on the front. You know, any sort of movement blindly up to the high ground was, well, yeah, had a likelihood of being countered, and it was.
Yeah.
Abed was there.
I love that Ice goes for this blink. We've been seeing a lot of more greedy type of build. Well, not greedy, but just like different Pango builds, either like the Maelstrom build or the mech build. I love when you have the blink just for the follow-up. You have this Winter's Curse, which is going to be setting up a lot of the fights. You need something else to follow up to allow your Invoker to get it. So I think this is a great choice here by Ice this game too to set up. And I mean, if he gets like a lot of these swashbuckle, these lucky shot procs, if he gets it on the OD earlier there, he might even not have to Rolling Thunder, right? If he gets the silence when he's being chased by Abed.
Fade on the topic of blinks, very close to having his.
Yeah.
This Creep Wave will give him the money to do so. Still obviously having to wait for that RP to come back and line Jabs. He's able to pop a Splinter Blast out and TP's away. Just keeping those waves pushed out and away from his half of the map, making sure that there's more than enough space for Abed to get around, as Abed should pretty much have the Aghanims done on his Invoker. Yeah, just a couple of hundred more gold, and it will be there for Abed. So the timing's continuing to roll in. You can see on this Invoker with his Midas, he's pretty much on par with the farm of Paparazzi's Troll. And this is a Troll that's been backed up by a Magnus. So Abed having a very solid opening to this game. 20 minutes pops, and in terms of the runes, it will just be the 2 for 2.
It's just gonna be. It's so scary for Ori in these fights. It really is. This OD, if he gets clipped by pretty much anything, he doesn't have the BKB. If he gets hit by a lucky shot proc, he's just gonna die. If he gets hit by a disable, they have to have so many different ways to protect him. So Paparazzi has to lead the charge for that OD to get good positioning.
The Nether reaches out.
It's Fnatic heading over. You know, Vici Gaming again around this pit. They
have
keep
to be
checking it out, making sure that Fnatic aren't sneaking anything past them. Ice will show himself mid, starting to build up some different auras ready for this. Even getting the Vlads this game rather than the sort of Greaves rush we see a lot of the times on Pangos. Making sure that there's that lifesteal potential for the Ursa.
Yeah. It's a bit interesting. I thought he'd still go for the Greaves this game, or even like a Yule Scepter, because they're gonna have to counteract the fact that Vici is gonna be going for their own mech. They don't know it just yet though. They don't know that Yang's actually queued up to go for that, to give them that little bit of extra sustain in the fights.
I mean, we may see him change his mind. He's just got it queued up at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see how Ice assesses the situation. Build up for Abed now will be, of course, finishing off that Urn into their Spirit Vessel and getting a BKB himself. So yeah, he doesn't have to worry about this Disruptor and Pugner messing up his combos in the fights.
Yeah, I like the Vessel. He might he might just go for the BKB depending on how the next fights go, because they already have the BKB on the Troll, so that's like the main one you really want to be vesseling a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But mostly just with the cold snap combo is. I mean, both teams, they're content with kind of farming because they both have very strong late game drafts. It's just going to be up to like the spell usage inside of them. Because sure, Mag Troll is extremely scary in later stages, but you can never count out Invoker.
We're going to TP in to try and defend this tier 2. Ice. We'll get a glimpse just to the side. Paparazzi throwing the axes in. Have to be careful how far they poke past this tier 2 tower. Those Fnatic are prepared. There's a wraparound coming in from the jungle too. As Fnatic trying to pincer Vici Gaming off. MP leading the way. Static Storm's going to be popped down. DY, he's just going to get shredded here as MP gets on top of him. See if Arbed and DJ can catch any more. Arbed will try with the tornado, but Yang goes for the TP. Oh! He'll get away just in time, but DJ's got the catch on a Fade. Fade still has a skewer. Jump forward from Ice with the blink and the shield crash will secure a second kill for the Pangolier.
First time Vici makes a bit of an aggressive stance, they get punished for it. They tried to make some move here for this top tier 2, but Fnatic, and now that they get that, yeah.
That's the ticket.
This is their ticket to Roche.
Straight into the pit they go. They will have DY back up at least, but Magnus dead for 15 seconds. Paparazzi's outside of the pit. He's going to try and run in. They want to try and mess up the attempt from Fnatic to go for this Roshan. 5 seconds and Fade. He'll be back in the game. He can head over with an RP still available on the Magnus. So it looks like Vici Gaming for now will be able to stop Fnatic going for this Roshan. MP has to pop the ult and the BKB just to get away from it. Vici Gaming will be able to push back Fnatic. As now Paparazzi himself, he'll start to hit onto the Roche.
Uh-oh.
They do have a Winter's Curse available, Fnatic.
How long on Rolling Thunder? They've got 5 seconds left for it for Ice.
They're scouting it out as well with the Curry on the side. They found the big kill. Can they kill it in time? No, the Winter's Curse comes out, and that's going to buy time for Ice. Just swashbuckle away. Rolling Thunder's up, jumps across over the pit. He's controlling on Paparazzi. The Rolling Thunder causing a lot of issues, but Paparazzi, he'll put the BKB. Ice has to keep the distance to the axes start to fly through. Swashbuckles away. There's some of the ults consumed by both teams now. Roshan's still sitting very low. Battle Trance is still available for Paparazzi. He did not pop down. They have Sanity's Eclipse, so the bigger ult's still there for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, they have their Shrine available too, while on the other side, on Fnatic, they don't have their Shrine available. So you see Ice, he's very low here. He has a mech though, so he did switch the purchase. As I kind of imagined he would. The Vlad seemed very weird.
As they're back in Vici Gaming, they know there's no Winter's Curse, no Rolling Thunder, the two biggest threats for them around this pit. Arbed still has some spells to offer. We'll throw in a tornado, Sunstrike as well, down onto Paparazzi. Roshan's getting low. Ice is going to try and jump in the pit, but he's melting. Ice is dead. Who's going to get the
got it.
Arbed, he's able to snatch the Aegis. As it will be Vici Gaming to get the kill. Arbed will fall the once. He's going to be back for a second time. MP with the ult chases down the Troll. As that's the Paparazzi Troll dead. The Hex is out as well. They'll catch out Fade. Back towards the river. Yang's getting controlled up. He'll self-decrepify, but the slow's there from the Earthshock. They're on top of him. Another Shackles from DJ. Fnatic get the kill. Tornado from Arbed. It catches DY as well. They don't even need the Sunstrike because it's 4 dead on Vici Gaming.
Oh man, Fade tried so hard to protect that too. He skewered across the Roche to try to grab the heroes to make sure he could protect that Aegis, but Arbed literally just walked in and picked it up.
As Vici Gaming, I mean, they came so close to coming out on top of that, getting in. It looked like they'd managed to do it. Bait out those ults earlier around the pit from Fnatic. Get Paparazzi in. Borderline taking the Roshan. I mean, they got the kill, but they weren't able to get anything else favorable out of that trade.
That's huge. I mean, Jab's having this blink dagger there was pretty much like everything for them, just being him able to counter initiate everything. That RP comes out. If they lose Ice there, that's a Roche for Vici for sure. That 90 GPM talent, of course, for Jab's kicking in, since he had hit level 10 quite a bit ago.
And now this 4K lead for Fnatic.
Now they're feeling real good. How's our Ursa doing? BKB was finished and still building toward that Basher. Still not the most enabled, but Arbed, yeah, absolutely massive. Max Wex finished up now, level 17 too.
Dire are scared.
Move the smoke play, Fnatic.
They're feeling strong. They're feeling very good about their timing right now, as they have the blink dagger on DJ too for further catch.
And at the moment up top, it's sort of a split push here from Vici Gaming. It's only the two of them.
They're spotted.
Ori, he only has DY by his side, and DY is not going to be enough to keep Ori safe. As Ice, he's trading with the Rolling Thunder. DJ has the shackles on to DY. And, I mean, there was no hope there for Vici Gaming. Pushing in is just the two of them whilst they were entirely split up across the map. That was an easy game for Fnatic.
Yeah, it looked like they were just trying to make like a gank play there, but they were under the ward
And they're
vision.
setting up for another. Jabs buys time in the mid lane with the Winter's Curse setup, but the blink out of it, though. Fade, he will be able to get away. Very, very flashy play there from Fade. As the blink was not cancelled, there was no damage hitting him.
Yeah, no creeps were around him, so that curse actually just provided him the immunity, and he blinked the way that he was facing. So he did it immediately before the damage ticks from that Chaos Meteor. It's nicely done.
Smart read there from Fade, and well, at least stop Vici Gaming from losing another.
But now we do see that map control from Fnatic.
The cast range talent now hit by DJ.
Yeah.
So those hexes and shackles, they're just going to come out of nowhere. It makes the game very scary for Vici Gaming's cause. They have to really be prepared to commit those BKB charges early in the fights.
I mean, they just really need the BKB. Okay, Ori does have it now. Before he can actually take these fights. It seems so hard for him with all this magic damage.
He's straight in. They'll find DJ. Immediately going in for this Shaman. He'll try and hold them down with the shackles, but there's too much damage. And he is all alone, DJ. So DJ will fall. They get the support pick off Vici Gaming. We'll see if they can find anything more. Still a tier 2 tower to be taken, of course, on that top lane. Immediate smoke up that's still going to continue for Fade. He has got the Blink RP ready to go if they can get some sort of a wraparound and a jump in.
They know he's up there, though, because he's actually the one who destroyed the Observer Ward. So sure, he's smoked, but he's the one who Quelling Bladed it, so they know that the Magnus was actually in that top lane from that.
And the smoke wears off, too.
Okay, MP's gone for Blink instead of going for the Basher. I've been seeing a lot of these like no blink builds on the Ursas.
Mid lane, Paparazzi. Going to start getting played around with a little bit. Sunstrike is going to be off the mark, but the MP is going to be a nuisance, burning the entirety of his mana pool.
They've got their Greaves finished up too. How's our
Fade? He's trying to run forward for this. Skewers in. Shockwave starts to pull back Jabs. Then pop the Static Storm down. They manage to control the Wyvern. That's going to be Jabs gone. A big force of the team fight for Fnatic lost. Vici Gaming will see if they can catch anything more in the trees. High size, TP's away. Vici Gaming unaware of his position.
Jabs just, I think they're recognizing how important Jabs is inside of those fights. Versus these BKBs, that control can be swung in. Even like the Cold Embrace, we haven't really seen that one play a part in because he's versus an OD, so the OD, he doesn't really care if there is a Cold Embrace. But yeah, they're definitely starting to notice that they need to address this Wyvern. Especially, after, I keep saying it, like after that performance yesterday by Jabs, but he's already been proving it again this game.
Sure, at this point, it is Fnatic with the lead in the numbers, but you can't help but feel, as you mentioned, Vici Gaming with this Troll Magnus, they don't mind the game drawing out. The Paparazzi Troll continuing to farm very, very well this game. And he's now stepping forward here. Ori by his side, Fade hiding in the trees. They're trying to bait out a bit of action.
They're under vision, though.
They are. Fnatic see all of this, and that's going to allow DJ to get in with the Hex onto Fade. Shackle to follow up. MP's there immediately on top of the Magnus. Defensive Astral being used, but there's the Winter's Curse controlling the three of them. Wasting the BKB of the OD. That's going to be Ori dying within the Winter's Curse. The BKB popped by Paparazzi, but he's out of mana. He's trying to get over towards the Shrine, but Fnatic, they're chasing him down. They've lost 2 on Vici Gaming. They're surely going to lose more. Ice Shield crashing in on top of Yang. Tornado's going to be off the mark. Back towards the tier 2 tower. Ice continues to chase down Fade. The Shackles are there for DJ. Locking down another 3 dead on Vici Gaming. Yang getting chased right back to the base. The cold snap down upon him. Sunstrike will finish off the job. Abed gets the triple kill.
Just saying how important Jabs is. Gets a beautiful curse on Ori's BKB and just gets eviscerated by his own Troll Warlord.
Absolutely. I mean, it's as you said at the start of that fight, Vici Gaming is going to feel bad about that one, trying to go for some sort of a play, but under entire vision there on the cliff from Fnatic.
Yeah, it's so much up to these initiations that can be coming out. And also, a cool combo is like, sure, you can't take damage when you're affected by that Wyvern Curse, but you can still lose all your mana from EMP. Yeah, you just get burned, and then it's like, oh god, how do we actually take this fight when our Troll Warlord is at 0? They'd already lost their OD, of course. They probably didn't want to take it anyway, but that's definitely a little bit of an extra nuance that they have to watch out for.
Absolutely, yeah. The Winter's Curse EMP combo is a nightmare to play against if Vici Gaming haven't already got their spells off. As I said, those BKBs, they've got to be ready to pop them early. As between DJ and Jabs, these 2 supports, they're just a nightmare for sort of cores to play against that have these BKBs, because the mind games are always there.
It's like, I don't really want to early BKB, but I have to because then I get Hex, but if I early BKB, I get Cursed, so it's really a hard choice that they have to make. They have to be able to try to find these type of initiations and get their own jumps, but it's different for them. They don't really have this type of like just the Shadow Shaman that can blink hex people.
Ori, able to get vision, but indeed Ice with that Rolling Thunder. Always going to get the cast off before the Glimpse dragbacks there.
Making like just these individual plays is a lot harder for Vici's in comparison to Fnatic, because they don't really have like your traditional stuns or lockdowns. There's the Shadow Shaman on one side, but Vici, they've got a Glimpse. The Glimpse is pretty much the only way that they can make plays around.
Yeah, the Glimpse and the Blink RP.
Yeah, Blink RP, of course, but you don't. That's heavy committing. Yeah.
Yeah. But in a game when it's starting to slow down like this, you've only got 10 kills at 32 minutes. You've got to jump at any sort of core kill potential. Yeah. If you're aware that Fnatic have been caught out.
Curse mid.
They are going to set up. Jab says, looks like it's going to be a curse and a TP out. Just holding them back, and Jabs will be able to get away. Just continue to play around with Vici Gaming.
He's got his own Glimmer Cape now, so he's got his own save mechanic. Sure to protect himself there.
The nether reaches out.
Paparazzi Butterfly is getting very close on the Troll. As we say with the Empower, if they are able to set up some sort of a fight, get the catch, Paparazzi's going to do a lot of damage. They just have to somehow find a way of getting this Troll on top of the enemy.
Yeah, they have to find a way to get him on top of the enemy, and they have to make sure that the Wyvern is addressed. They can't make.
It's not easy.
If they get the RP and then the Wyvern just comes in and curses the BKB Troll, everybody's going to turn and start hitting him, and makes that RP not nearly as useful if they are able to get it. They also don't have the mech or the Greaves build actually on Vici. They went for the Hex on the Pugna, so in comparison, Fnatic, they have full Guardian Greaves. So inside of those fights, they will have a little bit more sustain from that, and if they do ever have a situation.
This Hex pickup could catch them out. There we go, straight in onto the Ursa. Cold Embrace will be down to protect MP for now, and Albed's able to provide some sort of cover with the Tornado and the MP. And that's Paparazzi out of mana. He'll put the BKB, but he hasn't got any mana to play around with. Fade tries to jump in with the RP, but the Rolling Thunder, it was already out, so they did get the RP off, but Ice, he's rolling around, stunning them up. Static Storm will be there from DY. They've got the Life Drain as well. Arbed's fully low, but another Cold Embrace is keeping Arbed alive, but there we have it, skewing back to the Let's get out. The Winter's Curse is down. They've lost 3 on Fnatic. They'll only kill off Ori. As this time round, Vici Gaming able to come out on top of the team fight. Jabs trying his best to retreat. The Glimmer Cape is going to wear off, but he's far enough behind the tower. Have they got any sort of catch? They have. Jump forward from Fade. The vision's there for Yang to slay down the Hex onto the Wyvern. A 4th kill for Vici Gaming. Maybe even more. MP, he tried to jump in on this. There'll be a buyback from Jabs. MP's got to be a little careful. Paparazzi's heading over his way, quickly blinking away. MP will be fine.
Man, I think that... I'd have to re-see it, but I think that Cold Embrace may have actually gotten him killed. Because he has BKB, and he's just caught inside of a static storm. They don't really have any other stuns.
He didn't use the BKB?
He got the BKB off after the Cold Embrace, but died immediately. So, you know, the Cold Embrace, it saved him for a second, but maybe you could have seen him like BKB and kind of like ghost walk and run away or something like that. I'd have to kind of see it again to see it all playing out. Because there was a lot happening quickly, but it did seem like that held him in place. Because their only stun really is the RP. The RP was already used, so...
That's Paparazzi. Quarterstaff's on the way out. Yep. It's going to be hitting level 20. Has the Butterfly. This Troll is very, very scary. Fnatic.
And Vici did a really good job there. As soon as they had the Hex picked up on that Pugna, they looked to make an aggressive move, and they were able to isolate. They were able to like kind of split the fight up from Fnatic, and it made it hard, obviously, for Jabs to get a good setup to either protect or get that curse down on those BKB targets.
There's the Roche timer we're seeing is going to be back. They're ready to go very, very shortly.
Yeah.
We saw the big fight kick off there before. You know, both teams are going to be very hot at keeping control around this area of the map. Already Paparazzi just scouting it out. That's going to be back up now. We'll see who finds who around this pit. Scan was out, did hit on Fnatic. They know Fnatic's hovering around the pit as well on the high ground. At Vici Gaming, they'll go for a smoke play. See if they can get a catch.
Can they get a wrap around here? Fnatic's a bit scared that there's a ward up on that that little high ground spot. They're actually starting to ping it out. They're suspecting they're under vision, but they're actually not. It's being pinged out. Vici, they know where they are. DJ.
He's going to dispel the smoke.
Gets the Hex.
They've got the vision down. They put that ward on the high ground to get the Hex off onto DJ. And he's going to try and jump in and commit onto Yang, but the Astral holds back the Ursa. Ice coming in with the Swashbuckle onto Paparazzi. Paparazzi still moves forward. He's able to take down the Sentry ward, see if they can get any more kills. The Rolling Thunder from Ice is controlling him, but Paparazzi gets the BKB off. He'll turn towards Arbed. Arbed with his own BKB is trying his best to run away. Fade goes in with the Skewer. RP only going to catch onto MP. Cold Embrace comes out for Jabs. And comes the Cataclysm. It's a lot of damage, bringing Paparazzi down low. This Troll's in trouble. The Troll's dead. MP's still alive. Ori Ori trying to finish him off with Yang back towards the river. Arbet gets away with the Ghost Walk. They've got the Hex, but he's under the cover of the Glimmer Cape. They don't have detection for him. Arbet is dusted, but he has that movement speed. He's keeping the distance. Ori's trying his best to chase, but the dust is going to wear out shortly. They have the sentry, though, prepared. As the Astral will hold him back. Skewer drags him in from Fade. Arbet will fall.
Vici start that fight with a pick-off. They get that war on the high ground, they execute proof, and again, they cause this chaos in the fight and split it up. Well, you see Fnatic, they don't know which targets to go for, and Jabs, he like flew up and he was trying to save, but he couldn't actually get this like perfect situation this time because of the chaos that's starting to happen. They're not getting a gold advantage off it, but they've killed now this Abed Invoker twice back-to-back.
An incredibly close game. This one, 36 minutes in. Both, like every time we see these team fights, it's not sort of a very clear advantage to one half or the other. They're both getting these core kills. Vici Gaming are around this pit with the Paparazzi Troll back up in 10 seconds. There's going to be this 40-second window where there's no Invoker. See if they're able to do anything about that and try for the Roshan themselves.
Ori now has a Lincoln, so I think that one is in particular just to either block an instant disable, but more than likely the Curse, as we've seen Jabs have really good situations for this. As Jabs, he walks up and
he's trying to get that D-ward. They knew that wall was there obviously after the start of that last fight, but Jabs, he's not going to get the chance to take it away. They're in with the skewer, they're prepared. They knew that that support movement was going to come in.
And he's dead for 90.
That's a long time without that Winter's Curse.
Yeah, Vici can just go inside that pit now. Paparazzi can do it for
sure. They've got it. They've got this Roshan. No trouble whatsoever. And look at some of the look at those sentry wards that the Vici Gaming put down inside that area of Fnatic's jungle.
Yeah, they
the
knew
chaos of the last few fights.
They knew how important that area is, right? They're like they got the scan successfully, and they're just like Fnatic is camping high ground, so we have to make something happen of it. Those ward plays, like wards inside of team fights, is something that we talked about a lot more recently, but yeah, it's something that teams are constantly doing, and you just getting vision is like everything inside of fights. You're able to identify which targets you want to go for. A DD.
A DD for Paparazzi, Cheese as well, of course, after the Roshan. Aegis on Ori. Vici Gaming now evening the net worth as they are ready to go.
Yeah, they even have the Shadow Blade now finished up on Fade, so he can get that set up much easier for his RPs. It's looking scary for Fnatic, although that gold lead is, is pretty much even.
A lot of weight on Arbed to really get out those full combos without being focused, but Vici Gaming, they've played the last few fights very smartly.
God, I hope we get like a Curse into a Cataclysm, some big Cataclysm play, because we don't get to see Invoker too much. It's nice to see the flashy plays.
And Arbed, he's been playing it very well this game. What, 10-2-8 on the Invoker?
Yeah.
Not too shabby of a KDA at all.
I mean, MP is one.
Ori's kind of separated from the rest of the team. They are going to be a little slow on going on in, but Fade actually, it's beautiful. It's the follow-up there. Yes, it is. The static storm's down. Winter's Curse will come out. Paparazzi moved and he didn't pop the BKB yet, so he's now trapped in the Serpent Wards. They've lost Fade. Now the BKB comes out from Paparazzi. He'll focus down onto the Magnus.
Ori's in trouble.
They're chasing it, but the shackles are there from DJ. The OD's falling low. Paparazzi's trying to head in. Can they kill this OD the ones they can? They'll pop the Aegis on Ori. They're separated a little bit. Cataclysm. DY's got to be careful. He's going to get taken down. As now, defensive Astral from Ori will come out onto Paparazzi, but Paparazzi's so low. The deafening blast from Arbed finishes off the kill. They've lost 3 on Vici Gaming. They've got to try their best to get out of there. Ori will be able to blink out in time. MP as well also surviving, as he will be able to get away. He came very close to being one of the heroes on Fnatic's side that would fall, but Fnatic, they get these kills. They take this Aegis away, and they'll come out on top of the fight by far.
It was a great RP by Fade, but he didn't have the rest of his teammates there.
And
he was a little bit slow on the skewer there. It gave DJ time to get that shackle on him to bring the rest of his team, and then Paparazzi didn't pop the BKB. So the Wyvern gets the Curse off, and Paparazzi starts focus firing that Magnus.
Fnatic, they're being very quick with their plays here. Ori's come out to try and push out this top lane, but Fnatic, they're ready to respond to this. They'll pop the Lincolns, jump in. DJ has the control with the shackles. Ice on top of them. Do they have the damage, though? With Arbed, they certainly do. Alacrity on himself, beating down into the OD. That's Ori dead for 80 seconds.
7.5 second shackles gives them more than enough time to make sure they can get everybody on top of him. It's less than 1K and quickly swings around as that one play happens around that shrine area. RP down for 30 now too. Ori dead for 60. Fnatic have reclaimed it very quickly.
Paparazzi, he's just got to be in position to follow up that RP.
Yeah, it's crazy how this happens. Like, they literally just got the Aegis and the cheese, and then they end up losing this fight heavily once they have a decent advantage there. They just really need to watch out for their positioning and where everybody is when they go for those type of RP plays.
And we go as well with that Axe. The RP's not going to matter too much for MP. He's always going to be ready to pop that ult, get out of the stun.
He still has to watch out for the Hex. That's the one big thing that he can't actually enrage out of, so.
We go, fortification is forced out. The Serpent Wars drop down onto the high ground. Straight in, they'll look towards Patrol. He gets silenced, and Ice is rolling in. The EMP connects. Paparazzi's going to be out of mana. As the tier 3 tower will fall to the wards. They'll keep that pressure on. Fade, looking for the angle, has the RP back up. They'll get the glimpse back onto MP. Pops the ult. He is stuck in the kinetic field for now. Fade will see if he wants to go for a skewer play. He's holding off now. He'll go in. He'll initiate, drag back MP. MP, though, gets the BKB off. The Cataclysm's coming down, but the Winter's Curse is there at the same time, so the damage will not affect them. Still, the Winter's Curse enough on its own to kill off Yang. So they'll lose the Pugna, but Fnatic do back off.
They saved the Ursa. I cannot believe that MP survives there.
These Winter's Curses from Jabs just giving so much coverage around the fight, stopping Vici Gaming from being able to focus down on one target.
Yeah, I mean, it was MP being very greedy with his BKB there, because he could have just BKB'd the glimpse, but no, he wanted to wait for that enrage, ends up getting them a kill, so ends up being beneficial for his team. Is 11k gold lead, they claim that tier 3, so they can look to try to pressure those shrines now too. And it's past 40 minutes, so we know that map control starts to become more... Man, that swing, oh my god.
Look at it, up and down. But now very much down for Vici Gaming, up for Fnatic.
Yeah. Map control gets more important. We have these double runes going to be constantly coming out.
Arbed, he's got the money to go grab that Shiva's Guard. He's about to hit that level 25. It looks like he's just literally one experience away from having it.
He is 25, yeah.
He's okay. So he's at full power now, pretty much on this Invoker.
He's holding his skill point for the time being, just deciding which one he wants to actually go for, because they're both great. Goes for the Radial. Helps you set up your Cataclysms, and I think it's a great choice when you're playing versus Magnus, OD, and Troll.
Yeah, the disarm is just so strong.
The disarm is so strong versus
especially with these BKBs, duration starting to wear down low.
Yeah, how are we looking? Ori's down to 6, and Paparazzi's definitely down to 5, yeah. So Paparazzi has queued up his first Satanic, so he wants this status resist build, but now they're the ones who've lost quite a big grasp of this game in these last few moments, because just these positionings, I mean, Jabs just always seems to be in the right place at the right time as this Wyvern, and one curse was a lot. He's about to have two.
He's going to have that refresher done very, very shortly. It's just these fights, so much pressure is on Fade to find these RPs but he has to catch 4. It's so hard. There's so many answers from Fnatic. The Jabs Winter Wyvern players with the curses and the embraces, they're going to screw up any sort of initiation from the Magnus, and also the fact that there's just so much AoE team fight to throw back at them with the jump in. Vici Gaming have to win the fight within those 5-6 seconds of BKBs, otherwise they're going to lose the fight.
Absolutely. And there's sustain. Like we said, the Greaves are there. They've got Vlad's quite a while ago too. They've got the Wyvern to protect the teammates too. So Vici has to execute these fights pretty much in perfection of they jump and they kill that target immediately.
Jabs. He's in. Again. The Winter's Curse. It's going to be the Yang starting to get beaten down by Paparazzi, and Yang's dead. Again with these Winter's Curse, it's just separating. Well, the opposite is separating, but just removing a player from the game.
All he needs to do is he's like, all right, who's Paparazzi standing next to? Curse them, they're dead. They just need to watch out for that Lincoln Sphere on Ori. That's pretty much the only thing that can be the block. And I guess if Yang's in the right place, like Yang can still decrep the target that is Winter's Curse in some situations.
And Ori charges in. Ice was trying to clear off a camp. The Static Storm's going to be dropped down. Ice in trouble. He's got the backup of Arbet throwing in a Tornado, but Ice is dead. The BKB's committed by Paparazzi. They'll try and chase for more. Buyback from Yang. They've got vision on Arbet. The skewer. Fade drags him back, but Arbet's got the BKB pop, trying his best to run away. Pops the Shiva's Guard out, slowing them down. Swashbuckle comes back in from Ice. He's brought back for this one. The Cataclysm is coming down upon them all.
Ice is dead.
Indeed, that's a dieback on Ice. Dead for 2 minutes. Paparazzi tries to charge forward. The Astral cancelling the shackle. Paparazzi healing up, beating down onto MP. They've killed off the Ursa. They've got a second. The slow for the Actis onto Jabs and DJ. This support's trying to get out of there. Arbed, MP, they buy back. They want to try their best to turn this one around. They've got to be careful. Fade still has the RP available.
Oh my god, that Hex on Ice. He got himself actually caught, I believe, on that little like window on that little high ground. He didn't get his ulti off because he got hexed by the Pugna.
They've got to be so cool. Fade, he's able to get a grab. Jumps in, skewers back DJ. Shockwave to pull him down. Astral's there. Now the kinetic field's going to mean it's very hard for DJ to get anywhere out of it, and indeed he cannot. DJ's going to die as well.
This is such a back and forth game. It is actually insane. We've gone from 1k to 10k to 1k to 10k, back and forth here.
There's a buyback from DJ, but as we say, it's still Ice dead for 70 seconds. Fade has the RP. Double Winter's Curses are still available for Jabs.
But now they have to be so careful. Just if Abed or MP gets picked off, it could just be the game for them there. As the RP is still at the ready for Fade. He didn't have to actually use it in that last fight.
Just those skewer plays.
Yeah.
Each time just jumping in, at the least getting the vision, but also able to rip one of the members of Fnatic away from their teammates.
They want to make this move 45 seconds.
They know,
No,
they feel the
nice.
momentum here, Vici Gaming. This is the time to strike. As Jabs will be able to blink back up to the high ground. Jabs has to be so careful. Sure, he's a support, but he's just a support that offers so much for these team fights. Roshan's back up. Paparazzi's going to head straight in. They can do it very quickly. Will be spotted out by that courier position from Fnatic, but is there anything they can do about it? They cannot surely get out here in time. They're going to pop the smoke. They're teeping over. Jabs, he's going to go over to the shrine. He has the Winter's Curse's plays to offer.
He's under vision, though. They've got an Obs and Sentry down in preparation for this.
And Fade, he's there. He's trying his best to keep Jabs away, and indeed Jabs has to blink away. Roshan still alive. Paparazzi's getting very close to finishing it off. Can Fnatic get over here at all in time? They cannot. Roshan gone. Cheese and Refresher Shard are on the ground, though. They've got to pick it up. They get the Hex onto Jabs, and already you can see Paparazzi's just charging up to the high ground. He's ready to go. He wants to look for the kills, look for the action. Ori offers him the defensive Astral. Paparazzi will start to clean out the sentry wards. They lost DY, but DY immediately buys back. At the moment, the Cheese is going to be held by Paparazzi. You've got the Refresher Shard going the way of Fade.
Yeah, the double RPs. They have to still be careful of the way they walk into those high grounds as Jabs. They saw that Refresher being popped. Now all of Fnatic, they're back up. They've got Ice available here too.
Now these double RPs could be brutal.
Yeah.
That in itself will be a bit of an answer to the Aghanim's Ursa. You get the first one out, you're quick with the second one, you'll still have that lockdown for a good duration of his ultimate.
Until he's 25. And then he just
That's
has
right, then he's
80% status.
up all the time, yeah. And that's the point where you're not going to have any sort of fun messing around with MP.
Yeah.
Still a decent amount of that level to go if they can strike now. Vici Gaming. Runes to spawn. DJ's going to be up top. DJ's just going to grab it for now. No one really in position to make strong use of it. Paparazzi starting to build up the gold once again. 5k gold. As he's queuing up that Basher, wants to have that strong control.
Yeah, got to keep tabs on when he uses his Battle Trance too. So if he is caught by any of these disables, he can just use this Strong Dispel. The Battle Trance Strong Dispel 25. Just being able to remove those stuns. At least the Shackle.
Jabs will show mid with that Splinter Blast. He's trying to get back to base. They're trying to cut him off. They know if they get Jabs, it's going to be a huge fade. He'll commit the RP for that one. If they can get rid of Jabs, the daggers out onto him with those axes flying out. Jabs will self-caught Embrace, but there's no help coming for Jabs. As Vici Gaming will find the Wyvern. He does not have buyback. He's dead for 90 seconds. Of course, with that Refresher Shot, they've got another RP at the ready. You saw that Fade, no hesitation. They know that it's absolutely worth committing one of those ults to get that Wyvern out the game.
Oh, for sure. Especially with Fnatic on this back foot now. You can tell that they're trying to split up the map and not trying to take this fight versus Vici. So, yeah, you can just throw that RP. It'll come back up before you probably need to use your Refresher Shard.
Size. He's hiding in the tree. We'll see if he shows. Even so, should be a swashbuckler and a blink out. Yeah. And indeed, getting into the trees. Fade will try and search, but Size blinking sort of towards the south rather than back towards his base will allow him to outplay and get out with the TP.
Yeah, they just want to make sure that Vici isn't able to hit the base. So any type of way to slow down the waves. They still have Paparazzi here knocking on the front door. He does have backup to DY. Actually gets a base ward in, so they will have vision into Fnatic's side a little bit here.
This 30-second window, it's a key one here for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, and with this ward too now it's going to give Fade a lot easier chance to try to go for this RP. Ice now spots the ward as he jumps forward with that swashbuckle. They have the sentry down.
It's a tier 3 tower gone. Paparazzi doing the work here. The damage from this troll pretty immense.
Playing it safe. Go for those shrines again.
There's also a DD room waiting at the bottom of the river for Vici Gaming to grab and look for more. Just a tier 2 tower standing on the outer lanes on that bottom lane. As that would be an easy one for the taking if Vici Gaming want to move over for that. And we'll see him head over to the shop, buy himself a bottle. Oh, he's brought it from, there we go, try again. There we go. Gets it from the secret shop, and he'll be able to hold that DD rune for a rainy day.
How long do they have? RP is going to be back up in 8 seconds, so they might just look to go for it with that RP available. Do they have a smoke? I think it's coming out on the current. Nope, they actually don't have any smokes remaining. Yeah, with that DD, as long as they're all near the RP, as long as they're not all stacked up for the curse, but in like the vicinity, so they can get those combos that they've done when they have the successful fights.
You got to keep eyes on Arbet as well with that refresher orb himself.
So yeah, he's committed because he does not have buyback available for another 2 minutes or so. Pretty much with like the majority of the cores in this game, it's about 2 minutes on those.
The amount of sort of AoE control and damage you can offer just from sort of the double radial deafening blast and cataclysm on its own it's insane.
Yeah. Once those BKBs get, I mean, the thing is, Vici has to be very careful with the way they use their BKBs in the fights, both versus the double curse and versus the double invoker combos that can come out. But they have this gem, so with that Aegis, with that Cheese, with that Refresher Shard, they're able to now, with the gem, clear out the map vision and just assert their dominance and finally claim themselves a sizable net worth lead, because it's actually been a net worth lead for Fnatic, I believe, the entire game until that point about 2 minutes ago.
Such a hard high ground siege though from Vici Gaming. They have, great damage to the towers, but so many ways that Fnatic can start off a favorable engagement from the high ground. As you almost need to rely on just getting in and getting a pick off. Fade, somehow managing to get in, skewer someone out away from the team.
They've got the heroes to be able to do it, that's for sure. And he's been building toward his own refresher on top, so many different ways to pull them out of the base. And like we said, with the gem, they solidify map control. They even get their deep vision down now too, so they can watch if Fnatic actually sets up to defend this tier 2, which looks like it's going to be Vici's next objective that they want to go for before going for that high ground siege. Just take out that last outer tower. As it will be Ori now also with a Hex. So they've got the Hex on the Pugna, the Hex on the OD if he chooses to purchase it.
And for Fnatic, I mean, is there any way they could try and sneak out and wrap around outside of the base, or do they just have to stay up and wait for the tier 3 pushes?
I think it's just scary because you don't have your buyback. The Invoker's still got 10 seconds. He's actually missing gold for it too. Same thing with MP. Invoker's missing 600, MP's missing 1200. So it's like, that can just be a GG play. You make this outside smoke play and it's not successful, you just lose the game.
That's close. As long as they sort of get at least 2 kills in the fight, he should have money. Therefore built up to have that buyback gold, but it's certainly a risk. They have to make sure they find something Fnatic. A lost team fight will cost them the game. As Yang.
Nice, he's preparing.
He's going to commit onto Yang, goes in with the Rolling Thunder, gets good vision as well. They know the exact positioning of all of Vici Gaming. Is there anything they can really do to follow up that info? There isn't. They can't go in upon them as they'll lose the range racks. They do not jump in with the Hex. DJ on top of Paparazzi. Shackles as well, offering the control, but Paparazzi's forced down. Back to safety. He'll turn, clean out the wave. The blast continuing to be dropped in by Yang. This melee Rex, it's falling pretty quickly. There's a few more blasts, will do it. Jabs, goes in with the Winter's Curse onto Yang. It does lock down the 4 of them. Can they follow it up? They'll move in with MP. Jumps in with the ult and the BKB. The second Winter's Curse again. Arbet's got to find the perfect angle to drop down a combo. A Sanity's Eclipse from Ori used onto Jabs. Jabs is out of mana. They've killed off DJ. MP dragged back into the Static Storm. Paparazzi's there looking for the damage, but MP gets the batch off. Arbet, BKB, Cataclysm's down. There's the second deafening blast. There's the second Cataclysm. It's bringing them down low, but Fade in with the RP onto the 2 of them. Paparazzi turns on top of MP. Cold Embrace will provide some safety for Arbet, but it's not going to be enough. Surely MP Glimmer Cape. They don't have vision on the high ground, so MP will survive. There's the second RP. Fade locking down Arbet. Arbet beaten down out of the game. He has got money for buyback. There's Paparazzi's there, ready to follow up the Astral. Under Ice, the Swashbuckle to the side. Cold Embrace keeps Ice fine. Arbet will buy back.
They need to get kills out of these.
Let's see what they can find. MP on top of Paparazzi. Defensive Astral. Ori keeps it safe for now. Paparazzi just dancing around this Invoker. Cold Embrace from Jabs. Starts to heal Arbet up. Rolling Thunder from Ice. Bounce around to the 2 of them. MP on top of Paparazzi. The Troll silenced up. The Troll's dead. Fnatic strike back.
Arbet wants to try to catch more. He still ghost walked, trying to stalk Ori here with MP.
Let's see if he can catch him down. He's going to go straight towards the shrine. He knows exactly where Ori's running to.
Ori, just go to base, don't hit any creeps.
He's still chasing. They've scanned it out, so Ori knows the trouble's heading his way. As Ori will be able to blink out, get away from this all.
That was an insane fight. These refreshers coming in, Fade getting pretty good RPs on the targets that he wanted.
Get wind of this. 5 seconds, Roshan's up. This is a minute without Yang, without Paparazzi.
Arbet's peeking in the pit.
If he checks it out, he's going to see it. They get that Ursa in there. They're going to get the Aegis Refresher shot and Cheese, no questions asked.
Oh my god. Help me keep track of these fights, though, and we've got refreshers on everybody.
Absolutely. Fnatic, they'll take this one in the pit. But still this 8k lead, and as we remember that last defense, they did lose the racks in the middle lane. Abed's buyback being used as well. He's got to be careful. Vici Gaming, they should be, unlikely they're going to be forced to use these buybacks, at least on the Troll, maybe on Yang. He is dead for a little longer with the 50 seconds.
Is under attack.
Okay, so Jabs is going to have 3 Winter's Curses.
The triple Winter's Curses.
For the fight, so those
Double damage
BKBs...
top as well. They'll get eyes on that. MP's going to be able to grab that. Abyssal Blade's complete on Paparazzi as well now, so he'll have the means to lock down whoever he gets upon. They've got a lot of stuns to especially hold down MP. He's going to be able to enrage out of one of them, but I mean, as you say, it doesn't really matter. It's 80% status resistance. It's just ridiculous in the fights.
Yeah, should be able to protect himself decently. It's so much of this control that comes out. It's, can Vici focus down these targets before this curse comes out? Because this net worth has, again, swung quite a bit down. Doesn't really feel too relevant. It's really just how these fights get executed now at this point. We've hit pretty much critical mass on these items, except for Ori, who still hasn't purchased that Hex. He does have the buyback available with it when he does choose to go for it.
Well, what's the cooldown looking like on Fade's Refresher? Is he ready for the double RP ready again?
No, that was the Refresher Shard.
Oh, sorry, it was the Shard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's still not quite finished off the Refresher.
Yeah, he has it if he wants to purchase it, but he's saving for buyback. Now he has enough, so he's going to commit forward for it.
There we go. So double RP at the ready.
All these are at the ready, I believe, now. Every single Refresher. Abed is about to be ready, and Abed also has an Arcane Rune on this Invoker.
That's when the show really starts from this Magician.
Yeah. That could be a lot of fun.
It's Vici Gaming out of the base with the smoke. 2 waves are going to shove in, so if they don't answer them, Fnatic are going to be suspect to some sort of move. There's Fnatic positioned on the high ground, ready for any sort of attempt for Vici Gaming to get outside of the base and head up here, but Vici Gaming, they'll now start to head down mid.
They don't want to push. They know that's like, this is where we see fights happen so much. If you walk into that blind high ground.
They're trying to bait here with Paparazzi. Both cores showing themselves. MP starts to clean out the wave. Yang's going to lead in. The Hex is there. They'll get themselves on top. The Winter's Curse is going to be down. Holding Paparazzi back for a little bit of time. Abed looking for the angle, but now the BKB comes out. Paparazzi's been trapped by the Serpent Wars, though. He'll finally get his way out of them. Ice getting the Rolling Thunder off. He'll charge straight into Vici Gaming's lineup. Blinks in, gets the stone control onto both DY and Ori. The RP screwing him actually out of the Static Storm. The follow-up from the Sanity's Eclipse that burst down DJ. Paparazzi's found himself the kill. They'll get the Cataclysm out though. Abed, the double Cataclysm. He's trying his best to turn. Paparazzi is incredibly low. They've lost Ori. Paparazzi's going to die too as both cores going down on Vici Gaming's lineup. They do have buyback. They're going to lose another. The Hex is there onto Yang. Fnatic, they'll find all 3 cores.
Oh my god. They just have so much that comes out inside these fights from all these refreshers. Abed, he literally just threw all of his spells onto Paparazzi.
Just press all
he
the
does
buttons.
not care. He just click everything, throw it onto this Troll Warlord. They recognize where the damage can come from. Sure, Fade gets a decent RP, but he skewered them actually out of that Static Storm. They had BKBs though. Anyway,
sure,
so
it's debatable of how much that would change.
Yeah.
And now the push is in. They've got the Winter's Curse ready to use. Fade tries for the skewer back. Buyback's coming out from Vici Gaming. DY, Paparazzi, and Yang buying back for this. Ori still holding on to Wiz. They get the glimpse back onto MP. Degrapify down 2. Hex following up. They have any other way to get on top of him. Fade still holding back from jumping in for now. Abed use the Shiva's Guard to shove that wave up towards the racks. They really don't want to use this buyback on the OD. Vici Gaming, they've had to use many already.
Fnatic's trying so hard to force it here. Golden Brace, they're healing up MP. Commit for the Hex.
He's in. The Hex is out. Fade. He's looking for the angle. Can he get in on this one? They're very close to one another. He's still waiting for that perfect opportunity. He gets in. He gets the 2 of them. Paparazzi down and over the BKB committed. They'll beat down on the H's. They'll take Abed out the ones. But he's going to be back for that second life. BKB popped by Ori as he gets himself away. MP trying to commit. Defensive Astral is there. Jump forward from Ice. He's in with the Swashbuckle onto the back. There's Abed. Deafening Blast. Cataclysm down. They've got it back up. They've got it back up. Yang's dead. Paparazzi caught out on the front lines. Bashed up by MP. He'll start to heal up with the battle charge, but it's not enough. Paparazzi's gone. So is Fade. 3 dead. GG is called, and Fnatic will take game 1 at 60 minutes in.
Holy crap. I mean, they just have so many different spells to utilize in these fights. That curse, Jabs actually cursed a creep in that fight. And it still was successful for them. Even though Fade gets a pretty decent RP, it's not enough. They don't have the heroes to actually walk in and get the damage because their damage just felt super limited to follow up. Fnatic just with all this control coming out from DJ Shaman and from Jabs on this weapon, even like the Invoker as well, they just have so many different aspects of either silence or disarm coming out from all these heroes that it just seems to prevail versus Vici, even though it's a, super back and forth game. I mean, looking at the graph, it was up, down for those last 20 minutes or so. It seems like either team could take it.
The fact that Vici Gaming were able to hold on as they weren't get that close to sort of fighting back, it was such a hard game for Vici Gaming to be able to hold in. So many things they had to be worried about, and at the end of the day, it was just too much. As you say, this Winter's Curses, the combos from Arbed, you saw it, the whole screen was filled with just AoE spells. With these BKBs at the end of the day of 60 minutes in, a 5-second BKB, it's not going to cut it. It's just you're sort of screwed. There's very few plays that you can use to get out of that position if you're Vici Gaming.
And he has to use the BKB at the start, like we were mentioning, and then the curse comes out, and then once his BKB goes down, sure, he has Battle Trance, but he's getting affected by these disarms, he's getting Spirit Vessel constantly, so sure, he has 44% status resist or whatever, but you see he's Battle Trancing and his health is just sitting there at that 1 HP because he's Spirit Vesseled constantly.
Well, what a start to this final series of the day. Fnatic able to take the lead as they'll start off getting the first win in this best-of-3 series against Vici Gaming. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back after this break.